and today we're testing and playing with Marabu's new permanent markers. Now Marabu was kind enough to send me their 3 packs of permanent markers. They come in a set of 4, 12, and 24. Now, as per their website, they're a fast-drying alcohol ink marker with dual tips. One side is a 1.0 felt nib and the other is a 0.5 metal-clad plastic tip. These markers are vibrant, have a low odor, and they're waterproof and smudge-proof. But let's go ahead and test them first. Now, as a mixed media artist, I use tons of different mediums, and having a permanent marker that will not shift or smudge under a wet medium is really important. So I wanted to test it out first. So I'm going to try it on this watercolor tag by Joggles, and then I'm going to test it on some white opaque craft plastic by Graphix. And I simply start by using both sides of the marker on this tag, and then I'm going to add some water and move it around with my finger and see if any of that ink moves around. I was happy to see that the ink did in fact dry super quick and it didn't move around under the water. Next, I use a semi-transparent acrylic paint and go over the doodles on the bottom, and I wanted to use the transparent so I could see if any of that ink underneath bleeds, and it doesn't. Now here's the true test. Now I'm using that white opaque craft plastic and I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm using both sides of the permanent marker, writing and adding some doodles. And this is a plastic sheet, so the ink is not going to soak into it, but it did dry very quickly. I added the water and the paint just like before, and it still was permanent. It didn't move or smudge at all. So I was very happy with the results. So now that I've tested these, it's playtime, and I decided to go with some letter art, creating one decorative letter on each small disc-bound journal page. Now I have to admit, I really love these dual tip options as they allow me to create contour lines and extra fine lines by simply switching from one tip to the next. Now these dual tip markers are perfect for illustration, journaling, letter art, plus the caps fit on top of each other, which is perfect because I'm always losing my caps. Now once I was happy with the letter design, I went ahead and added some Marabu Aqua inks, and you can see that that permanent marker does not smudge or run underneath the watercolor, and it stays perfectly crisp and clear. Now once that color dried, I went back and added some more detail using that fine tip black permanent marker, and then I also added some highlights using a white Sharpie, and I finished off the page by adding some black splatters. Here I am doing some of the other letters in the alphabet and plan on finishing the alphabet as well as the numbers. For more ideas on using these and other Marabu products, visit marabucreativeusa.com and make sure you add that Made with Marabu hashtag when you share on social media.